International Master William Pascal with Honda. What's up, everybody? Masturbate with the chess quotes. What's up with the chess quotes? I like your Hubner quote earlier. Masturbate. What was that one? If I can scroll back. I think I lost it. Why did I lose it? I guess I refreshed my page. What's up, Lobix? How's the gorillas? All right. Here we are. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to another live stream under lockdown. It's not really lockdown here. I can't say that. We've kind of released the restrictions to some degree. I'm not a complete lockdown anymore. Here in Budapest, Hungary, we fared better than many places. What's up, Troll to Roll? Earlier you were challenging me to a rated game, but I don't do that. So if you're wondering why I refused your challenge, you accidentally put it in there, rated. Asturbate, what's up, man? Master of distraction. What are we gonna do with you? How are we gonna get you to play? How are we gonna get you to play the simul game and concentrate? We need some sort of motivation. I can tell the difference when you're concentrating and when you're not. We had some interesting games yesterday in our simul. Interesting games. Someone on sound with the novelty. Not a novelty, but an interesting game against him. Troll actually played. What happened with you now? Let me see if I can remember. Troll on a roll. There he is. You sacrificed a piece for nothing. Guy queen trapped. He's better in the opening in chess 960. Much better in the opening in chess 960. Alright, guys. We're taking challenges. Troll on a roll with 7+3. It's 5+3 through 7+3. Save dog game. Yeah, I knew what I was doing there was dangerous, but I didn't think he would punish me so quickly. But it was pretty easy to see. That was painful. How did I lose in the English? No, it was a closed Sicilian. It was in English. It was in English with what? How did he play the opening? It was a Botvinnik English. Oh my gosh. I got checkmated on the black side of the Botvinnik English. Yeah, I gave him complete control of d5. I mean, it was very primeval, sort of careless by my side. But I think he's been a strong player for a long time. I mean, he submitted some games, Blobix, like over the board, where he drew, I think one game, he drew an IM. I mean, he's over the board games. He's much stronger than we think, based on lichess ratings. Anyway, guys, let's get some challenges. So Troll on a roll, chess 960, not even awake yet. The English Sicilians, they're usually in Spain, aren't they? They're buying up all the property in Spain. Now they're going to have to unload it. I'm looking at real estate myself, and everybody's dumping all their Airbnb properties, but it's hard to sell because of lockdown. The real estate market, I think those English Sicilians are going to be selling one euro houses soon again. No, I don't know. They're all over the place. The Airbnb, a lot of people invested in properties, completely financed to buy Airbnbs to make money. And now they're all going to have to foreclose on all their properties and stuff. It's crazy stuff out there. But the real estate market I'm paying special attention to. Though it could take a while, you know, for opportunities to open up. All right, I'm not that attuned to the European real estate market. What's up, Astrobate? How about you, Blobix? Are you selling the cabin in the woods? I think you might want to save it for the next wave of pandemic. E4, C5, B3. So I'm playing the Sicilian. Speaking of English Sicilians, he hasn't played C4. Fianchetto queen. I don't like my queen on this diagonal. I don't like this arrangement that much. I don't know, guys, what I'm talking about. I'm just waking up. Welcome, WJ Loof, 200 bits. I had a large coffee, and it didn't seem to have any effect. I'm still just as asleep as I was when I woke up. I think they must be sneaking decaffeinated coffee in or something. Your castle in the forest. The bear traps. Whoa. Now let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. The tactical Blobix. Are you sure you want to do that? Tactical Blobix. I see I'm half awake. I'm calling him Blobix. It's troll. I don't get it, man. I mean, knight takes at e4. It's a one-move combination. I'm asleep, but I'm not that asleep. Knight takes e4, rook takes e4, f5. Winning in exchange. I like it. Sold. He instantly captured it. I'm playing the Dutch. Alright. Now my queen has a place to go. On g8 even. So like everything is worked out. Probably doesn't matter which way I take this. He's busted. Troll's a little impatient. Now, we don't have any development to speak of here. He doesn't really either. I'm a little bit worried about the e5 square. You might not want to play knight d6, though there's no other good place to put it. It's also protecting a7, which could be vulnerable to queen a4. So I think this is one sensible move. Another sensible move is e6. Are you the teacher of my good friend Jesse Cry? My good friend. I wouldn't go that far. He could be a mass murderer for all I know. But he seems like a decent guy. I stayed with him once and he bailed on me. He said I snored too much. It was very deeply. He left being my roommate at the US Championship because he couldn't live with my snoring. You know, it's not very brotherly. I think selfish, very selfish man. He wasn't the first. He won't be the last to leave me. Just over a little bit of snoring. Bob, I never kiss and tell. No. Shockingly, I'm not bisexual. I know you're going to be disappointed, but it is what it is. No, it was purely platonic, Bob. But I was still hurt, you know, that he left me. Knight d3. Alright, what are we going to do? I'm not even awake yet. It's good that Bob is here. Right on time. Actually, good to have you back. Yeah, I've had several people leave me over snoring issues. I think it's only when I imbibe too much. Well, it's worse. Worse, you don't want to room with me when I'm drinking. All right, knight d3. This is my concern, the e5 square here. I had this one roommate at a tournament, Javier Moreno. We had like this huge room in Bermuda, really nice hotel room. But he had to, it was like a double, and he had to, 2 double beds. First, he had to sleep, like he went down under the side of the side of his bed to try to escape from my snoring. He pulled the mattress over himself, tried to get away like that. Then he went in the walk-in closet, I think. And finally, he had to sleep in the bathtub or something like that. Then they switched roommates. They gave me a new roommate after that. He had had enough. Seriously, I don't know. I don't believe all the hype. Alright, what are we going to do? That's a powerful knight coming in. I'm going to have to do something. This? Oh. Can't get me. The walk-in closet, the bathtub, or the corner pulling the mattress over yourself. What's the best place to escape from? Hotel room, snoring roommate. Try everything. That's why I have the bear traps. Do the bears snore? Jesse Cry, I'll never forgive him for leaving me like that. Holding the bag. I don't remember what happened. I think I had to he probably caused me to have to pay for half of the time in a whole hotel room. We had agreed to originally split or something. It's like dropping out of a tournament. He should be in there with Esterman. It's very unsportsmanlike to leave your roommate in the middle of the tournament. I don't always have a problem. I guess I was drinking too much in that one. Some people have tolerated me pretty well. Alright, troll, stay away. Stay away from me. Do you want some candy or something? How about some candy? There's some candy over there. You can have it. Actually, he's got really no immediate threat here. Where's my ambulance emote? Still haven't put it out. It's actually a badge. We'll get the ambulance badge. Not as good as an emote, though. We really need an emote. I had the weirdest sound after that ambulance. I thought I heard a horse's hooves. It's not like, but in actuality, they used to have horses here in the Central Park, the Budapest. I haven't seen any in a long time though, since they started doing construction. Sharing hotels room, yeah, hotel rooms with drunkards. It's good fun. Alright, he took the candy. Candy. Man, I'm gonna lose on time. Get me out of here. How is he so fast? Now he has a pawn for the exchange and I feel like I'm worse or something. What is going on? Dude. This is not the normal troll. It's like a different player. He's faster now. He's playing for time. Okay, that sucks, by the way. When you go to like reach to make a move and that the little itty bitty board pops up, getting in my way so I can't see the pieces and stuff. That's totally uncool. I'm gonna lose on time because this little display board pops up like that. That's absolutely. Anybody else have this problem? Like you're playing and all of a sudden you have 2 seconds left, and you click on that like number by accident, and the board pops up blocking your ability to like make a move. Can you disable that? Because that is just outrageous. I almost lost on time because these little stupid boards pop up. That's a dumb feature. It got bigger too. It didn't used to be that big. It was like half that big in the past, I thought. It's taking up like half the board now. Man, that's pretty rough when you have like a 1 second increment. If your mouse goes under the board, it's game over. Uh-oh. It's like he's becoming impatient. That's a hell of a bishop on A1 you got there. I mean, there's something suspicious about his chess 960 rating being 1500. That's not fair. There's no way he's 1500. This might not be a win. I screwed it up now that it's probably a draw. Technically. At least I didn't lose. I probably could have lost it fairly easily. Yeah, bishop c3 there probably traps my rook. You might even be winning in that position. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a draw. I don't know. It's not that easy to defend for white. When you get to these crossover positions like here, he's going to have to think about this. I'm not sure this is a draw actually, but you did have that move trapping my rook earlier, right? You just win after bishop c3. At least I saw it. Yeah, good game. Other than that, the more pop-ups on this is annoying. I click on this by accident and it's like, put it off to the side or something. Why does it have to be in the middle of the board, the other board? Can it pop up over on the right or something? Why does it have to like obstruct my view while I'm playing? I mean, how many people have like lost on time because one of these little pop-ups came up? I mean, lichess is great, but that seems kind of easy to fix. All right, let's get started. Welcome, guys, to our stream. Good game, kind of good game. Pretty good game. Not bad. What would you guys define that last game with? Fast, but not fast enough. Troll needs to improve his flash tactics. He dropped the exchange in the opening, then he battled back, and then he missed a way to trap my rook. Well, Asmir's playing the Petrov. I don't remember anybody playing the Petrov against me in ages. Wow, this is cool. It's nice to play a real opening. No chess 9. I mean, no chess 960. No London system. No Slav. I mean, the Petrov isn't the most exciting opening. I find it interesting though. I don't think it's nearly as boring as some things. At least there's an open line. Sharing a room with drunkards. Yeah. Now, bishop e7 is an unusual move. Probably not that bad. You can revert back to semi-normal line with d5 now. I remember when I was a teenager, my best friend used to play the Petrov sometimes, and he would like just play knight f6 and not ever play d5. But when I tried to find examples of that in the Opening Explorer, there's almost nothing. It seems like it's worse than you think. If I play h3, I'm just going to be encouraging bishop f5, which is like the Chinese variation. Or whatever. But this is probably a fairly common position. But normally black would prefer to have the bishop on d6. He's got a slightly inferior setup. The bishop's much more active there. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it does matter at the master level, I guess. White is just slightly better. So I don't know. Again, like if your bishop is on d6, this would be a main line. Shirov used to play that, but this is with bishop on e7. My job is to sit here and figure out how to take advantage of the fact that his bishop's on e7 instead of d6. Don't touch your face. By the way, I can't go to a chess tournament and practice social distancing. All chess players like sink their face in their hands and they're like concentrating. There's no way I could play a whole game without getting the coronavirus. I mean, it's practically impossible. As I said, like last week, I was invited to a tournament. I think it'll be maybe like the first, if it happens, it'll be the first over the board tournament here in Hungary from June the 12th in Balaton, at Balaton Lela. And Blabix, I don't know if you ever met International Master Rigo Janos, but he's organizing, and I can't play. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna take a chance on. After 2.5 months of social distancing and lockdown, I'm not gonna get coronavirus going to the first chess tournament in the world. That's not happening. Bishop g4. Well, I mean, I guess rook b1 is just always good. You know, but maybe I should exchange on d5. Although if I exchange on d5, it does seem weird. I mean, his queen takes, and he's now pressuring f3 twice. That would seem a strange thing to do as well. So I don't know. He could take, am I afraid of him taking on c4 and playing b5 now? It's a possibility. I mean, it looks like a really extreme thing to do. How do you guys like that? The Iceland Open was a success. Asabi, what are you talking about? The Iceland Open? You mean the Reykjavik Open? That was like the first tournament in the world canceled. Was there a chess tournament? Seriously? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's possible. Hjartarson played a chess tournament in Iceland. Iceland was pretty early with the stopping chess. They canceled the Reykjavik Open like far out. That was really early. But it's possible they resumed. I just said like the first tournament in Hungary. I mean, I'm sure there's like a handful of tournaments that have gone on. I was looking at chess results the other day. I didn't see anything. You don't know so many Hungarian players. Yeah, but Rigo traveled a lot and stuff. That's why he was friends with Bobby Fischer. Portish Lajos was on the Hungarian radio yesterday. Club Radio. They had him on with some mathematician or something. But I didn't hear it. My wife just told me about it. But he sounded good. He's got to be over 80. Yeah, I don't know if Levente Lengel is still alive. I never really knew him. I think once when I first played in Hungary, he was playing one of the GM tournaments here. Maybe the time when I arrived and I was playing in IM groups, I saw Lengel Levente playing some, maybe it was that was the last period of his career where he still played. This was a Hungarian GM. I don't know what you're supposed to do here. But it was cool to think that Portish was on the radio live yesterday. It's cool that anybody's 80 and they're still active, living through coronavirus. But Portish is he's like an operatic singer. I mean, his voice must be pretty strong. This is kind of a weird move. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that black should think about taking on f3 and sacking this pawn on h7. Because now he's probably just worse. That's not my voice. That was coming from deep inside. Jesse Cry. He was a traitor. Traitor. Will never be his roommate again. I usually like to travel alone, and I don't always share hotel rooms with people. I'm kind of picky about it. A lot of people are cheap and they will never, travel without saving maximum money and stuff. But I'd rather feel comfortable. Bishop d7. All right, well, all the pieces are deployed. I don't mind traveling alone. I've done a lot of traveling alone. Not lately. Well, to the US, but that's it. Guys, good morning. Simplicity and economy. Do I have a tactic here? Winning material? Too fast. All right. So I went a pawn. So what? Bishop for knight is kind of the most common exchange of pieces, isn't it? Imbalance, the most common imbalance in chess. Bishop for rook is different. A little more significant material loss there. And I still can't wake up. Alright, the main point is to lose the exchange. No. Who's starting bishop f5? This is not troll on a roll. Asmir is acting tactically. Little traps and tricks. Whereas troll on a roll was playing strategically. But at the same time situation. Exactly. But here we've got to do the opposite. Avert like little tricks rather than general positional play, like in the case of troll. I think the tactical trickster is more dangerous in this situation. There was no reason for him to give me the exchange. You know, he's down a pawn, he has a bishop for a knight. My pawn structure wasn't perfect. I don't understand why. I don't know, he just was nervous or getting excited he could win by time or something. I don't know why he gave me the rook on a8. There was really no reason to do that. Guys, welcome to the stream. International Master William Pascal. We're just waking up here. Please send me some coffee, some donations. Coffee donations. First donation for the week. I still haven't gotten my stimulus check yet. I'm a little concerned. Hungarian mail. Alright, we'll get it. Direct deposit. I'll have to switch to direct deposit. Acerbate. I'm sort of saying this for Acerbate's sake. I thought I allowed queen c6 there. Acerbate got his stimulus check and generously made a donation last week. We're still waiting for ours. Well, I mean, you guys donated a lot of bits. That's what I'm talking about. Bit donations last week. Thank you very much, everybody. Technical win. Keep it simple. Yeah, I don't think he ever got off the hook here. He was worse out of the opening. What's that? What is this? See how few games there are? Only 3 games here. 2 games after this move. Black's just like passive. You know, you can take and play b5. That's what the other guy probably did. I mean, this isn't so stupid, you know. I've had far worse positions in the black side of the Scandinavian. Maybe, in retrospect, it's better to just do this. You know, takes on c4 and play this weakening looking b5. Because how can white really take advantage of it? It's not so easy to take advantage of the black, you know, b5 weakness or the c6 weakness. How do I do that? Do I play a4 or something? Then black can play like a6. It's just not so easy to exploit. You know, I think that's a better reaction. See here what he did? He plays b6. I mean, I don't know. Just my opinion. We're following an exact game that happened. Now queen c2 is a mistake. I knew it was a mistake, like here. I didn't think you were better. The engine's saying you're better here? No. I was actually going to take this. That's a mistake. Yeah, I forgot about g6. Well, hopefully I would have come to my senses. But I mean, that's a clear mistake by black. You have to take this. Queen c2 is not a good move. I'm kind of unconvinced about the whole way I played the position. Is there a better move for me earlier? Look at all these games. Magnus Carlsen, everybody plays knight f6. He just plays c6. Knight c3. Maybe this is a mistake. I don't know. It looks like the best move. He just trades. Why is this so bad for black? It's funny, it's not that easy to exploit it. h3, I can play. Then bishop h5. And then what? It's just not that bad for black. Astrobate, thanks, man. 100 bits. Coffee cakes with breakfast. WJ Lift donated earlier. I don't know what I'm talking about. I said, like, we haven't had our first donation yet, but he donated 200 bits right off the top. Appreciate it, guys. Astrobate with 300 today, and WJ Loof with 200. Good game, Osmirs. It's actually not such a bad opening for black. That seems passive, but Health Master. I think I'm gonna go for a long walk today for Health Master. Once in a while I like to play g6. I don't like to play against e4 as much, though. Frankly, I don't really know what I'm doing in the modern. You called the Scandi a Danish. But you can call the Danish a Scandi. But you can't call the Scandi a Danish. If that makes sense. I think the term Scandi is kind of racist. That's just not right. Alright. d4, g6. Where's DK Guy? He can decide. Knight c3, bishop g7. What was I going to play? Oh, you took out my idea. I was going to play d5 and take with the queen. Play some kind of weird Scandinavian. It's like the ultra politically correct. In the ultra politically correct world, everything is an insult. Knight c3, bishop g7. Maybe I should sort of leave that out and play d5 right away. Because sometimes you actually never move the bishop to g7 in these type of lines. It can be very useful for black not to make that move. If we're going to play a closed Gurgenidze system, the bishop comes out to g4. I later follow up with e6. And then my bishop from f8 can actually save a tempo by deploying to e7 instead of, like, oftentimes you have to go like bishop g7, bishop f8. Okay, so what's up with this move? Exchanging on d5. Now, if you follow up with bishop f4, you could get some kind of London system. DK Guy is here. Quiet morning here, Monday morning. I always wondered if Scandinavian people were insulted by that. Scandi. I don't think that anybody says that in any other context except for chess, do they? It's not really a normal. It seems like everything can be considered an insult. All right, bishop e5. Are those? It is a truck company. Well, I mean, they're defining you by your just defining people by their, I guess, by their heritage could be considered by some people to be like discrimination or something. I don't know. I don't know what's PC and not PC. Bishop e5, knight c6, knight e5. Right on my knight there. What am I going to do? Well, fortunately, I'm not losing material immediately. That's a good developing move, knight e5. I never knew those trucks were called Scandi. We are Central Europeans. Of course. How can you discriminate against us like that? You see, already you hurt my feelings as a Central European resident. Queen f3. I don't know where you draw the line between the so-called Eastern Europe and Central Europe. But I think we're pretty close to the line. There is such a thing. Queen f3. We have the Central European University. Well, we had till they kicked it out. All right, Queen f3. e6 or knight f6. This was Alexander, he's still alive, I guess, but Alexander Ivanov's favorite pawn structure. I watched him take out so many people with this opening, but it was always like painful to watch. He would be like suffering up a pawn against 2100s, holding on, like withstanding massive attacks, people trying to hack him to pieces. This pawn structure, though, it's extremely durable and tough, and it's basically like a turtle shell. Turtle up, like one of our moderators and friends here, JCS. He called it turtling up. You just stick your head in your shell and you get really solid. That pawn structure, it's, how can you break it? You're going to break the base of my pawn chain? Good luck breaking the base of my pawn chain at f7. Like, that's never going to happen. So it's an extremely good structure to try to slowly beat down lower rated players. But it's also another opening now, if you think about it. By the way, 1372. Did you lose points since last time? Bishop d3. Go for it. It's a good square. You see? Now he's going to have to come up with a piece sack or something. Well, he's going to have to sack everything. E6 and knight f6. No, this is better. The knight goes behind the pawn chain, and I've got this awesome square on d6. The center of the shell. Sacrifice is not mandatory. Resigning is mandatory. Resignation is mandatory. So, let's see. It's a good question. Oh, I mean, I just take him attacking your queen. Now, the shell remains very tough to break. You're going to have to get creative here to break my shell. I'm one move away from castling. White is just lost. Unless he has some fantastic tactic. Obscular bishops too, like this is vicious. It's just keep it simple. Brutal. Model Gurgenidze. There's your break, see? It's a little bit late. D4 didn't work because of something like Queen E2, I guess. Pretty good eye there. Like 1300s don't play this well. But whatever, we won't go into that discussion today. He's doing well for 1300, as always. Alright, I got A3. We're winning. There it is, see? The break of my pawn chain. But perfectly executed by me. If I do say so myself. This is a very instructive game for beginners, understanding this type of pawn structure. And the more advanced players are going to understand already what happened here. But as far as structure, like we go back to this point and we start asking questions about whether this is a good idea to exchange on d5 here. My opinion is that it's not. If you go to the statistics right there and you look at e takes d5, white has 81 games with a losing score. It comes down to structure, you know, being the defining reason why this exchange is not good. Anyway, I think it's kind of fascinating, this type of strategic discussion. Maxim Namyotkin I'm supposed to be playing. I kind of lost my mind. I'm supposed to be playing subscribers first. So I don't know if I skipped anybody, but these guys who challenged me to rated are welcome to re-challenge. Maxime, you would be the first. If you re-challenge me to non-rated, to casual, you'd be the first non-subscriber challenger. I'm going to cancel this for now. Blobix, Morales, and DK Guy now. It's going to get hard. I'm going to need some caffeine, some more caffeine, I think. Bust into the caffeine storage. I've got some iced tea, hopefully with a high caffeine content. We're going to have some strong opponents here. 3 murderers in a row. Morales wasn't here for the Sommel yesterday. Blobix, Morales, and DK Guy. They just get 3 in a row. Damn. This is going to get ugly. Well, I mean, I think what you have to talk about is that pawn chain after this. You know, I have the bigger pawn chain. It depends, you know. I wonder, you know, another problem with white in this position, which ended up killing you at the end, was the fact that your knight is on c3. I already don't like that position. It's funny, though, the engine thinks that white is better here. I'm not sure if it's misevaluating, or that just people who play this exchange are just weak. It shouldn't be that bad for white that he's like worse. I would think it would be equal, but the engine is confidently giving white like a half pawn advantage here. That seems kind of over exaggerated. I don't like bishop e5 check that much, though, and I don't understand why that's the most common move. I would think h3, stopping bishop g4, would be your best move. All right, Blobix is up. Jim was here, even though you weren't here. Morales, we had a less common guest for the simul. Mr. Jim. So Blobix plays e4, and I normally play Sicilian with him. It's not like that exchange is always bad in every position. Something about the piece configuration there doesn't favor white very much. If that thing worked, the bishop e5, knight b5, knight e5, like you played, if that was really effective, you would have had an advantage. But instead you had equal, probably after that. Blobix, did you ever play the Rossalimo against me? I mean, you play b3 all the time. But I'm trying to remember, did you play the Rossalimo? Is it my imagination? Looking for Bob. Bob seems distracted lately. I heard he's been playing a lot of video games. He's into gaming now. He's probably playing Second Life or something. Trolling people. No, seriously, what do you play? Wonder what kind of video games Bob is playing. He got a gaming, what was that? He got a gaming laptop or something? Gotta have something to do under lockdown. Bob hasn't been trolling or hanging out with the stream as much. Okay, so f3. So I still can't get used to, even after living here for so long, the church bells at noon every day. All right, f3. I have no clue what I'm doing in this line. I feel like I'm playing the Najdorf. But statistically, this is black's best line. E5 followed by bishop e7. That's all I know. Alls I know is this is supposed to be my best line. And then it's like a5 or something. Okay, the thing is, like, a5, radically anti-positional move. I can't remember which move I'm supposed to play it. This has not reached the point where it's a system that I'm prepared to play, like, in an over-the-board game. I've only, like, very briefly looked at a couple of lines here, and that was a while ago. I generally don't like playing e5 structures, but I've had problems with this f3, so there's only one way to learn. You gotta just jump in the pool head first and start trying to swim, I guess. Alright, so a5, knight a4, knight d7 is possible. There's also like bishop e6. That's clearly a logical kind of move. Not sure if I'm supposed to do that or not. I'm threatening d5. Not threatening d5 anymore. Now a5, I think. It's like a5, bishop b5, knight a7 or something. Really weird. I hate knight a7. I've been through this already. Some people remember me mentioning that, but never had good results with that maneuver. In queen pawn games, usually. Knight a7, knight b7, even knight b6. So what's up? What's happening, Astrobate? The Vegas Strip? What's the story? Gonna get back in business? Casino. I'm jonesing for a Las Vegas Strip buffet. One day I'm gonna get back there. I'd like to get back there. Maybe by next year. I haven't been to Vegas since like 2005. You had to cancel your challenge? That wasn't very long. This isn't right. Blavix doesn't know the theory. He's definitely not supposed to allow a4. It's bishop b5, knight a7. I mean, it's possible this is another line. Even probable, but that doesn't mean it's a good one. If everybody plays bishop e5, it's probably a good reason. There's probably a very good reason for that. Blavix is not, he's a good player, but he's not like the up-to-date theoretical guru. So, I mean, the problem is this a3 closed the position too much for black. Otherwise, he might play a3 and then fix my pawns on the queen side. It's now or never. If you want to play a3, seems right. I mean, it seems like it's got to be a3. Of course, he can get mated at b2. But the most important thing is d5. Knight b4 is interesting. Queen a5? Not really. What's up with knight b4? Bishop g5 or something? This is the first time I think I've ever played this position. It's kind of... This could just be a bad move, actually. The knight is not protected by anything. Intuition. Well, I'm fighting for d5, which is a standard, important idea. Trying to get in d5. If it's my move and I can play d5, I'm golden, you know, I think here. That's pretty clear. You know, I would be in really good shape. The other thing is that Blaubeck has this sort of backwardness here on the file. But I mean, all right. d5, g5, d4, pawn f6, pawn c3, queen d8, rook d8, it's not such a good idea. Man, I just freaked out. Positionally in trouble. h6 was wrong, but I was about to lose on time. He knows what he's doing. I didn't know what I'm doing. This is bad. Yeah, black is almost lost now. Maybe I'm just strategically lost here. I just couldn't see how d5 worked. I'm just totally busted. It's raining. It's like a high pressure system. What's up? Someone on sound? I checked our opening from yesterday. Alright, I gotta close the window. That was impressive. Power chess. It's totally lost. Like, totally lost. What the heck did I do wrong? I don't understand. What is this? Li Chao. So that's what you get for playing something that you don't like. The engine says I'm good here. Then what are you supposed to do? I even played the right move. I was right. Then he gets G4 question mark, the main move according to the opening explorer. And I lost in 5 moves. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta close the windows. I'm not very good at weather predicting. I thought it was a high pressure system and it's like clouds and rain. I won't get a job at the local TV station. So, Blumix, how do you beat me in 5 moves here? G4 question mark? Jesus Christ. I'm sitting staring at this position and I was convinced that it doesn't work. I must have spent like my last minute thinking about this. And I played this like insanely stupid H6 move. But D5, I didn't think it works. Knight takes E4. Say what? Oh. Yeah, my problem was that I was looking at D4 here. This is good too. That's weird. So take. I thought you could... I thought you had a move here. Queen E1 or something. It's like Noah's Ark here. Wow. I didn't think it was going to be torrential rain during my stream. That sucks. We haven't had enough rain though. Actually, they say that's one of the reasons why Hungary has been spared really pretty much during the pandemic. because we had a very, very dry spring, almost no rain at all, and the virus lakes, more humid, wet weather. Wow, this is just totally lost for you. Oh my god. This guy's move, though, might even be better. Bobix. At least my opening prep was okay. This move is apparently second best. That was played by Milos and Li Chao. So even Rook C8 is good. G5. This all detracts from the fact that I just got crushed in 21 moves, and I lost on time in a lost position. But it makes me feel a little bit better that at least I'm not a complete idiot. I was on the right track. But I didn't have a lot of self-confidence. Yeah, you have to play bishop e5. I thought it was bishop e5 here. Is it too late for that? Oh, sorry, bishop e5. So I taught you the theory, and now you can use it against me next game. Nice game, though. I mean, I don't know. I played h6. This is horrible. Even this is okay for me. Oh my god. Like, it's still not too late to play d5. Just like a worse version. This is already, like, not real happy about this. But even this is okay. I mean, I was literally having, like, crazy ideas that we would have positions where you'd be playing bishop c5 later, forking my knight on b4 and my rook on f8. I mean, how is that going to happen here? I guess I was looking at, obviously, you know, some kind of queen moves. See, this is the problem. That I just can play a piece down and be clearly better in all these variations. But now I know. Now I know that you're just full of crap. You don't know till you try. That's what I said before the game. So I learned something important here. The other move I was wondering about is knight a4, right? But then knight d7. Aha. Knight d7 is passive. Passive. I'm supposed to just play d5. And if knight b6, just a4. Ouch. Alright, seen enough here. We both learned from this. Anyways, let me just see. I thought I'm basically, like, positionally lost at this point. I expected bishop h3. Apparently that's just okay. And I was about to lose on time here. I'm lost now. I'm just 2 pawns down. No compensation. Anyway, okay, that was traumatic. Someone on sound challenging, that's all I need. It's like lose 3 games in a row. DK guy. But anyway, we learned from that. That's important. It was like a kind of like surviving a major traffic accident. That was not good, but we learned from it. So that's Growing pains. I have never been willing to play that variation before. I just don't really do e5 structures, but I'm desperate because other lines I play have not brought me good results against f3. So we're crushed in 21 moves by Blobix. Good game. DK guy. Oh, someone on sound I meant. Someone on sound played. You played knight f6 e6 yesterday against me in the simul against the English. I don't remember if DK guy's done that, but someone was talking about the accelerated Queen's Indian when you played that yesterday. Someone on sound, maybe you had mentioned that. But Blobix is the expert on accelerated Queen's Indian. Our resident expert. Let's see. We either have an English or a Fianchetto King's Indian / Grunfeld. I'm not in the mood to lose again. But last game, I used up all my time because I don't know what I'm doing. I have zero experience playing that line. So that's the thing. Even if you play something that's bad, at least if you have a track record and you've played it before, you have built up like some knowledge and some experience playing certain lines. It's better to play something bad and know what you're doing than not know what you're doing. You know what I mean? With something good. It doesn't matter. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't matter how inherently good it is or not. In other words, it's better to have a bad opening that you know well than a good opening that you don't know. I don't know what I'm doing there. It's going to take a while to get used to playing e5. Chessinators is rating with a party of 11. Chessinators, what? Welcome. Thanks for raid. You know the someone on sound? Chessinators? Everybody knows someone on sound. What's up, Chessinators? E3, D6, so E4. This is not forced, obviously. Let's see what he's going to do here. I'm not going to play E4. Let's wait and see what Black's going to do before we decide on a course of action. You don't know someone on sound? To the accelerated Queen's Indian, I prefer the Sladgie system with E6, Bishop E4. Yeah, but that's not. What are you talking about? That's the English defense. D6, E5. Yeah, you're basically talking about another opening. This move order with like knight f6 and b6 on move 1 and 2 seems to be gaining popularity. And someone on sound was wondering about that. Do you do that? Do you play like d4, knight f6, c4, b6, Blobix? You do, right? Because not everybody does that. Now Black's he's threatening d5 technically. Even if he was to lose a tempo, it's still probably good. I think I talked about this with Dvoretsky when we met years ago. Like he was okay with playing like e4 and 2 moves. Or Black even, playing it in 2 moves in some cases. But I've used this a few times. I'm playing Black now. I lost tempo. But the messed up thing is if you go back to move 5, there's no useful move that White can make here. Really, I've tried rook b1. It's actually detrimental. If you want to play a certain structure like There's no really constructive move that white can make on move 5 if you want to meet like d6, c6, e5 with e4. If you play e4 right away, black will play c5. You know, I don't really like playing that. That's my problem. I like playing against the King's Indian attack with the Baffinnik setup, but I don't like playing against the... I don't like playing the Baffinnik setup against in the symmetrical English, particularly. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't really like it. So this seems strange to lose a tempo, but whatever. I mean, it's a closed position. It doesn't matter if we're white or black here. The King's Indian is not that good. It's not that bad. It's not that good. It's just not such a big deal to lose a move. Petrosian. But I wonder if I can try to blast him with f4, f5 really fast here. I mean, what's black going to do about it? I mean, ultimately, this is the acid test about your knight maneuver. Probably you can try something like knight to d4 now. I could fart around with king h2, but I feel like I'm giving black more time to get set up. I'm not sure that knight e6 is correct here. I'm not even sure about knight c5, and most people probably... Actually, I've encountered different stuff. Pretty much every possibility under the sun. Some people who didn't even play knight on b7. I had one opponent who played like bishop e6. Mika Bratin, who's like a really strong FM now. He's like in 2400, over 2400. Probably should be an IM. He played like bishop e6, queen c8. Looks artificial, but not that bad. So if I get in f4, f5, we have a strategic upper hand here, like a closed Sicilian. I'm not sure that this is right, but I guess he has to try knight d4. But I know from playing black in this type of structures that it's like whoever gets in the first break usually has the upper hand along the f-file. So that's the point. If he has time to play f5, he should basically be okay. Basically. That's our whole concept. I don't know what he does now. It's not like black is losing by force or something. If I analyze this with the engine after the game, it's going to tell me white is a little better here. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. And I could easily get mated or lose the exchange. It's kind of annoying. Similar positions white is usually better. Bishop e3, knight takes, pawn takes f5. Problem is DK guy is super fast. Alright, I don't know. I think I played this against you once before, and we had something similar. But I'm losing all faith in my position now. How about knight f4? Knight f4, for example, you have knight g3. That looks very invasive. I have no freaking idea what to do. I can't take. I mean, theoretically, bishop e3, knight e2, knight e2. But I'm losing a pawn on f5. He's just taking my pawn away. Pawn takes g6 doesn't seem right. I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose my pawn for nothing. This is totally lame, though. I have no advantage. Probably like losing a pawn here. That's not what I expected. Jeez. Run of the mill, 2200. It's brutal. He's clearly played this before. But he didn't take on d3. This looks fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't deserve to win this game. I was totally hanging on by my fingernails till the end, but at this point I was finally okay. After move 43, I'm not worse anymore. No, I mean, good game. You were winning. You know, the ending I might have been holding. The opening you were better here. You could have won a pawn. I thought you were better here. Wow. So I didn't know what to do at this point. I thought for 2 minutes in this position. Find a move for white. That's weird. If you take the engine, you put it on, it's like F5, white's better, and then it changes its mind. Black's clearly better. It goes from slightly better for white to, look at that, 0.1, now it's like, yeah, this is a mistake. But if I play bishop e3, he's playing f5. You know, his position is okay now. So this was my only attempt to like try to punish him, but he's like clearly better after knight d4. I'm almost lost. That's brutal. Here you obviously just take the pawn and you're better. I wouldn't say white is lost, but I'm down a pawn, you know, and I don't really have enough compensation for it. My only hope to beat these guys is to get them to overpress and draw on endgames. Someone on sound also likes to do the same thing to win, you know. I mean, there's no way that I should have won that game. Draw is fine. It's sunny now. It was like pouring rain 5 minutes ago. Now I can open the window again. All right, someone on sound. We'll see what he's got here. Do we want to equalize against the Smith-Morrow, or do we play for a win? Because black can either choose to equalize or try to win. It's a great opening. We'll take the draw. I'll take a draw. Use our third string, anti Smith-Morrow. I played this against him once before, but I had to improve. We had to improve our analysis. Last time I screwed up. Taking this pawn is sort of dangerous for black, so I wouldn't recommend it. How does this go again? Castles, bishop f4. That's it, right? Bishop f4 first. Did you have queen d2 there? Maybe my move order is bad. If you have queen d2, then I'm screwed. Queen d2, knight f5, g4. Okay, that's not right. I think last time you castled and I played castles and then you played bishop f4. But my move order is wrong then. Both of us. Unless there's some sort of trick I don't see. I mean, I'm losing a piece there. Okay, anyway. Well, we're back to the same position we had last time, but I think the order of moves was wrong. That doesn't look right. Who? Last time I played the wrong move. So the best move for black here is not knight f5. But I want to credit move 11 with realizing this. You know, you just take here. I don't think white's going to get an advantage or be able to win playing the Smith-Morra. This looks totally okay for black. You could sort of pretend you have an advantage, but I think it's like a fantasy world. Now, I'm not sure if rook e1 was right. I looked at generally this type of position. So what's happening if I play like knight to d4? We looked at exactly this position, I thought. Rook e1. I can't believe that white is a pawn down in this position. I mean, I can't believe white has an advantage here. I can play knight e5, can't I? Realistically, it's equal. You're going to have to take your pawn back at some point. You can't claim the Smith-Morra gives white an advantage. I mean, there's just no way. But true enough, black probably can only get a draw in this line. This is like trying to bend it to your will. But now I might be better. I mean, as long as I can play actively. Black is a pawn up now. Bishop e6 is interesting. But I think you're trying to realistically, well, it's like the game yesterday. Trying too hard, probably. Even if you played perfectly, you know, you can't have an advantage. But equality, I guess. Now my pieces are getting really active. I gotta have some sort of tactic around here at some point. He's 18-15. That's his rating. Realistic. I applaud the lichess, the accuracy of lichess rating system. 1850 based on 51 games. Very, very 1850. Highly accurate rating system. Rook takes b2 never works. Oh, it does work sometimes. I can play bishop d5, knight d5, rook b2. Bishop d5, knight d5, rook b2. Knight e7 check, king h8. It's kind of funny. That's a tactic. This guy's 1850 on lichess. Right. What time control was that? Like 2+1 or something? What? He's actually fast too. Even more disturbing. No, I don't think he plays any rated games since the first week he got an account. Someone has said you have 93. You're lucky you're over 100. You can qualify to play on my stream. White has excellent chances here for a draw. I know I sound kind of arrogant, but I want to prove this opening is just a waste of time for White. I'm anti-Mora Gambit. Someone on sound is just too good for the Mora Gambit. He needs to graduate to the master realm. No, I'm just kidding, man. He qualifies to play on the stream. You're just gonna have to accept that this variation is a forced draw and not be greedy. Wait, don't I have knight c2? What's the track? One last piece he can checkmate me with. The long diagonal. Uh-oh. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. No, no, no. Look at that crafty move. No more tricks. The goal is to just control the long diagonal. It's like accelerated dragon. Smith Mora. Good stuff. Okay, what's happening? What? Okay. What are you doing? Alright. You're scaring me. Stuff is hanging. Running out of stuff. George Carlin. That's the only George Carlin skit I actually remember. When he starts talking about stuff. Is he still alive? Wait, what? Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember the last time I won a game against someone on Sounds Smith Mora. That's hard to believe. If it can even be possible. Man, that's the strongest 1800 in the world. Wow. Don't use my refutation of the Mora on the Banana Man. It's only a draw, okay? Just remember. No, he won a piece after 8 moves, right? So my reputation has to be improved a little bit, I think. Am I dropping a piece in 8 moves here? I'm not dropping a piece in 8 moves. Wait, what do I do on queen d2? Oh, I can go to knight g4. Oh, all right. I was thinking I lost a piece. I had to play like knight f5, g4. That's not looking real. Even this is interesting. Wow, I can play d5. But here white might really have something. No, he can't do that because of knight g4. Okay. Well, I was like panicking over the board. There was something wrong with my line. So the castle. Well, I mean, look at the score here. White won one game out of 6. Wow, the engine came up with a novelty, e6. Even e6 is possible. But d6? Alright, so this is the new move. E takes d6, but it's known. These guys already played e takes d6. This is not a novelty. This has already been played. It just equalizes. Rook e1, he played the best move according to Stockfish. No, he played queen d2. So Stockfish likes rook e1 better, someone on sound. But he knows the problem. It walks into bishop g4. But you can't play this for a win. It's only a draw for black. That's the problem. DK guy. There's no forced win for black. We're giving the pawn back for the most part. But it's extremely easy to play. Queen d2. Knight f5. Rook e1. So, someone on sound, the other move is rook a d1. We looked at that too. That's what was played in the over the board game. He played the other logical move, rook e1. So here I offer the pawn back. I offer you your pawn back for a draw. Even bishop d5 is best move for white on move 13. He's probably looked at this. So perhaps here is a mistake. I don't know. The computer prefers this maybe more accurate, to just sack the b7 pawn directly. Bishop b7, rook b8. Something like. He's going to claim that white has some kind of advantage here. This is what I'll face next game. Probably this. And black is fine. Black is active enough to justify the weak pawn on d6, I guess. I don't know. We shall see next time. Guys, I'm taking challenges here. Abject, pawn. Pawn, object. Object. We have time for at least 2 more games. Alright, someone on sound. That's like my first, maybe ever, win against you in the Smith-Morra. I don't know. He's like the leading Smith-Morra expert in the world. This guy. I think he should write his own book. Alright. What are we going to do? Last time I messed up and I didn't play pawn takes d6, I played knight f5, which was a catastrophe, and I lost. We went back to the drawing board and improved. The Alipin. I've often spoke of that, but I mean, no, the Alipin is a good system. I think it's strange that the Smith-Morra and the Alipin have to be like interrelated as part of a repertoire, because I feel like they're quite different, but The average player who's playing that gambit is looking to play like a hacker, you know, and the Smith Morra is more refined. You can't teach like 1,200 little kids to play the Smith Morra well, you know. They're just trying to checkmate on f7 or something. And the Smith Morra is like a kind of coffee house feel, and the Alapin is very subtle. But they're related in these gambit repertoires. Like you have to play the Smith Morra. You have to play the c3 Sicilian. I would play the c3 Sicilian, but I wouldn't play the Morra. All right. I don't think it's very macho to play the c3 Sicilian, but that's not so important. Look, being a c3 Sicilian, you know, hater comes with the territory when you play the Sicilian. Like, you have to hate the c3 Sicilian. It's part of the job, you know. That's because Abject Pawn was talking about playing the c3 Sicilian. How about bishop c4 here? This doesn't seem right. Comes with the job. Asterbate, you've been playing these openings lately. You're a convert from the... What is that thing? The Bodler attack? People think that's a real opening? Alright. Play the Bodler. What is the Bodler? Who is Bodler? Bowler. The Bowler attack. Abject Pawn. It's a good whirl for white. I made an inaccuracy. Probably like knight d4 instead of bishop e6. Someone on sound? Next time I'll improve. But I was pretty deeply prepared for you this time. Make white grovel for a draw. I should do like a YouTube series. Making white grovel for a draw in the Smith Morra. My last move was inaccurate, according to someone on sound, because of a4. What? I'm threatening like double discover check with knight. That's my inaccuracy. I have a double discover check, but it's not smothered mate, so you could play like a4 at the end. Man, this looks good for white. How about knight h4? Can that be bad? Yeah, maybe he takes on d4. Knight g6. Rook e8 isn't so bad for black. I thought it was my move. Oh my god, I just pre-moved. It was a good pre-move though. I don't believe it. Exclam. Pawn takes e5 is even stronger now after knight a5. What a brilliant pre-move. Unbelievable. But I guess it was good anyway. Uh-huh. What are you talking about now? Your play? Or do you just check with the telephone originally? Now you're checking with the computer. The last game. Can I speak to Mr. Bodler, please? I don't know. I have to take his bishop. It's the next move that's the question. You took with a knight. I guess that makes sense, right? F4. It's a little tricky. Yeah, that was a good recapture. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be hosting a Blitz tournament. We're going to try to do a Swiss Bliss. Whatever that is. A Swiss Blitz. Swiss Blitz tomorrow. 6:30 CEST here. We had a raid earlier. That was cool. Can't wait till these bandwagon streamers get lost. Everybody's a streamer on pandemic lockdown. No, except no substitutes. I'm the real deal. Rookie 8. Never been into bandwagon. Bandwagon sports fans, they're the worst. Alright, knight d2. I was just checking to see if anybody good is streaming. No, just me. It's only me. It's actually, where's my, this. That's Tony Miles' anagram. This is a good book. Jeff Lawton on... It's the collected games of Grandmaster Anthony Miles. It's only me. If you want to really... I try to move again. Oh no, this one was good too. Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't believe it. Another awesome pre-move. Look, Ma, it's free. That rhymes with it's only me. Sorry, man. I'm not doing the pre-moves intentionally. It's like no matter what you do, my move works. Pawn takes e5 was good. That was a pre-move. f4 hangs a pawn. But it's a pre-move. But this is the idea anyway. I want to do f4. I want to get dark square control. I want to get control of e5. That's my extra pawn. Make it count. Plus I have the 2 bishops. The Swiss miss. It's got everybody thinking of sort of hot chocolate. Except no substitutes, guys. I've been streaming here consistently. And I've been teaching chess through audio, video for the last 20 years. A little bit more experience than most. Queen f3 with a double attack. Except no substitutes. It's only me. Yeah, that's his anagram. I don't remember if he used it like secretly for online chess or something. What was his ICC handle now? Tony M. I mean, he didn't try to have anything funky there. All right, so we're winning a piece. Take it while it's good. Yeah, so it's only me as an anagram for Tony Miles. It's pretty cool. Yeah, he won actually 2 funny games against Karpov. He also beat him in the GF Caro. That game's in there as well. But the famous game is the St. George. But to be fair, they had a lot of good games, but most of them were won by Karpov, which is to be expected. Karpov won a really nice ending against him in the Dragon. That's a famous game. That's the one I remember Karpov winning. But he was like 7-2 against Miles in decisive games. I think a really good score. But Karpov was like 7-2 against almost everybody. So it's no shame in that. But I think it's a bad matchup for Karpov. I mean, for Miles, because he was an awesome endgame player. He always would like crush me in the endgame when we played banter games and stuff. If you think that I have good technique, I look like, a beginner next to Miles, or looked like. Back in those days, my technique wasn't as good, but still. I was very fearful of him in like technical positions. But Karpov, imagine playing Karpov if you're like an endgame specialist. That's like, you're fighting against someone that's better at what you do. I mean, it's a bad stylistic matchup. Generally, you'd be better off being like a so-so maniac tactical player than another really good endgame player. Karpov's just going to beat you at your own game. All right, so that's bad when you're sort of matched up against somebody that does the same thing as you do, but better. Though Miles was able to kind of, the 2 times he won were weird openings. I mean, that I can recall. Your rook fe1 was wrong, according to tennis master. Get a new bandana. Looks like you need a new bandana. All right, maybe some wrist bracers. I think so that you don't have like the cotton wrist bracers. Once you get the full outfit, it'll be more effective. All right, we have Wahidi, K-Cell. All right, I think we have just time for probably one more game. But duly noted, Someone Unsound. He should sell those as like merch. Power bracers. But nobody's gonna buy the cotton ones. Are imbibed with like power. He'd have to get like bronze bracers. That's not gonna work. You know those things that people have, the energy bracelets or whatever? You do like chess power bracer. We all need to supplement our income like Tom Brady. Do a little bit of merch sales. maybe exploit the pandemic or something. All right, let's play a Nimzo. I'm feeling frisky. Normally I don't allow the Nimzo, but I've been kind of bored with knight f3 lately, so... Though I think this requires more theoretical knowledge and prep to allow Nimzo. Okay, no Nimzo. It's a Queen's Gambit in disguise. Back to my formative years now. I don't think I've played the Queen's Gambit Accepted since the last time I played Anatoly Line. Just don't. Please, just don't. I gave up playing the exchange variation because it was kind of simplistic. I thought it was kind of simplistic, and I wanted to play with more tension. But at the end of the day, I mean, it seems like maybe the exchange variation is the best line. Still, I can't find an advantage for white in the normal lines of the Queen's Gambit anywhere. Yesterday I had another horrible... It was funny, against Amoeboid in the simul yesterday, I had told myself I'm going to start playing the exchange variation again. And as soon as like move 4 came up, I forgot and I played bishop g5. And they got nothing and I offered a draw, or he offered a draw. 15 moves. Wahidi here, playing an interesting move order. I think rook e8 is better than c6. I don't really get playing h6 in the black side of the Queen's Gambit exchange variation. I talked about this 2 years ago. We had an FM on my team. My team should have won the second division and graduated to first division in Hungary. We had the favorite team. We had a strong team. We should have definitely done it. But our like board, I think he was like board 5 or I don't remember. He kept playing like h6 with black. For some reason, every game he played for our team, he was black in the exchange variation of the Queen's Gambit declined. And every game where it was critical that he hold a draw, he lost with like h6. I don't understand like how h6 helps black's position in these type of structures. I mean, maybe the only way this makes sense is if it's some way of forcing exchanges of pieces with like knight h5, so you're not hanging the pawn with check. But otherwise it's a bad move. You know, I think you're just weakening your king side and you have less flexibility. So he lost like 3 games that probably single-handedly cost us from... No one ever said it to him openly. But I think it probably cost our team from qualifying for the Hungarian First Division. This one guy repeatedly misplaying this variation with black. But he shouldn't have been on such a high board in the first place. So knight e2. You can also play knight f3. Hence queen c2. Black is delaying c6 here, which I like, but I don't like h6. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't know the theory. But there are advanced players, I'm saying, who are doing this. You know, in this case, Wahidi, he doesn't know the opening that well. He's just playing, you know, what seemed logical, which is fine. But I'm saying for an advanced player who's like a FIDE master, to repeatedly play h6. I think once I even confronted him about it and I was like, well, why are you playing h6? And he had some explanation. But then it happened like 2 more times. I finally gave up, you know. I didn't think it was going to cost us. But like that point and a half probably made a difference in our team qualifying or not. It was ridiculous. But anyway, we'll let bygones be bygones. Black just lost the central pawn. Small wall Caliph. That's awesome, man. Did you like do that yourself, or is there some sort of online anagram creator? That's absurd. Blavix plugged it into the online anagram creator. But in all fairness, Tony Miles probably did it on his own. He was really into stuff like that, I think. He's seriously threatening me. I can play bishop takes e4 in worst case scenario. We're only slightly weakening our king side. I would be proud of you if you thought of that on your own. Bobix. That's what you're doing in your downtime on lockdown. When you're not planting bear traps or whatever. That's explaining why all those bears went over the Spanish border or whatever. Because they started showing up in Spain. Is that your fault? They were afraid? They're like going to bail out and go to Spain? Bears showing up in parts of Galicia or whatever? Where there were never bears for 20 years. They probably saw Blavix in France and made a run for it. But seriously, F3? Does F3 just win? F3. Always calculate the forcing moves, guys. F3, queen F3, rook F1. Queen G4. Well, I have a number of good moves there. I think this works. What is it Mr. Spock says? Something about eliminating the impossible. Whenever you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, that's the kind of Star Trek stuff that we like here. The impossible is F3, maybe winning material. I'm getting really, really tuned in tactically. So F3, queen F3, rook F1, queen G2, knight on D to F4, queen H2, bishop takes E4. It appears I win a piece in that line. Probably there's something simpler though. But F3 seemed like the secret. That's the secret square. That it's like impossible for me to control that square without the rook. So that's how we found it. Oh goodness. Now he's 1690. I didn't see this. Wow. Okay, so knight takes c7. That's some amazing move there. I don't want to panic too early, but I'm getting kind of freaked out here. You have this knight f2 move. He's 1400 and wow, man, that's a nice tactic. Knight c7. Knight d3 check, queen d3. All right. Man, I hope I'm not missing something here. Got to give him credit. Even if it doesn't work, that is a extremely cool move. Knight f2. The trap. Falkbeer. What was that? Very old book, Dover. Traps and Zaps, Chess Traps and Zaps. One of my first like 3 chess books. I.A. Horowitz. I think that, you know, that's in there. The Cambridge Springs with knight takes d5. Dupe account. Smurf. I got 5 minutes left. But it appears he's coming up short. We will win material. But you got to give him credit for knight f2. It was a crafty try. No mercy. Still not in the mood to castle queenside, and he still has little traps. I am up a rook. It's a serious amount of material. We're willing to suffer a little bit for that. I think I should just hack his knight off on f6, by the way. Like rook e4. What's he going to do now? Well, there goes that possibility. I'm like a tactical buzzsaw, basically. Knight c7. I guess knight f4 is even better. Knight c3. It's more accurate. His knight is guarding the rook. Extremely sharp tactically with the forcing moves. Nah, it's over. Too much material. Yeah, that was funny. Is f3 the best move, though? I mean, obviously he messed up. He was losing. But it's funny in this position. So, like, the computer doesn't want to play f3. What's the problem? So, at the end of the day, it's probably, like, the 3rd best move or something. It's according to this, like, it should be up, like, 2nd, but it's a good move, guys. Alright, let's play this one last game, just for fun. Ayeste showed up at the last possible moment to steal the place of that other guy. I was going to accept his challenge, but we have to accept Ayeste if we're playing by the rules. Because subscribers go first. Unless Ayeste secretly... If he's not a subscriber, I just cheated that other guy. Did somebody gift sub Ayeste? Do you guys remember? And he plays in London. I think he is a subscriber, right? He said he was. I think someone gifted him or he subscribed, but I'm pretty sure we checked this before. Anyway, we're going to go over time, 5 minutes, no problem. I'm okay today. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 6:30 CEST. He's confused. The Mexican defense. The small wall. That's why I play the small wall Caliph, or whatever you called it. The Mexican wall. Because I like the Mexican wall variation. We had a game, it's a long story. It's an inside joke. We had a game some time ago. It was in Mexican defense. So we got the wall theme. I've played this position before. I don't know if it was against Ayeste or someone else. It is basically a two knights tango, in essence. I'm really tangoing now. These things are seriously tangoing. Give me that. Give me that bishop now. There was one position where I had like h5 that I underestimated, but I don't think it was this. We may have played a game with him already in this. So it's the Swiss Blitz? Swiss Blitz. Tomorrow. Guys, you gotta be a member of the Ponda and Horses Club. Mr. Coffee's not here again. I hope he's doing alright. None of you guys are allowed to get sick, by the way. Bishop G7. Maintain your social distancing. I've been invited to chess tournaments and home poker games so far, but don't succumb to temptation. Stay with the bears at your French country house instead. Bears are safe. C3, E6. Basically, it's like a hippo. Asterbait, you're going to be here. You're going to be here, and you're going to concentrate for the Swiss Blitz stream tomorrow night, 6:30 CEST. From the Ponda and myself. I'm going to get ready to go. Yeah, don't worry about bears, okay? Just stay safe. What do you know about bears, anyway? It's ridiculous. Thinks he's a bear expert just because he's a bear. You're not a real bear. All right, I get a little bit abusive now. We've been locked down too long. Sorry. Sorry, Ponda. Queen E7. Yeah, we've been alone. We've been alone a little too much lately in the office. Rated bullet tomorrow, 50 rounds. 50 rounds of bullets. No. My specialty. Asterbait 2. Oh, there it is. Alright, give me that dark squares. Give me the dark squares, or give me death. Famous American patriot said that. The problem is if bishop d7, knight b5, haunting my c7 square. Asterbait, thanks for the donation. Don't drink alcohol. I'm probably the best drinker in the world. I'm extremely good at moderating myself. You guys have never seen me drunk. Hopefully you never do. Whoops. As I say that, I lost control of all I lost control of all my screen. Oh my god, I just made the screen giant. The whole thing like malfunction. A6 is a move. I really feel torn about it though. I don't really want to play A6. It is part of the hedgehog though. Hippo, whatever. It's an animal. It's an animal. Any old animal will do. Hitchhog, Alfred Hitchhog, hippo, bears, pandas. Bishop d7, knight b5. What do I do? I have to make some kind of negative move there. I guess rook c8 wouldn't have been so bad. But I would forfeit long castling. He's like trying to tempt me into playing b5. Should load up. It's a bazooka. Man, rook b8 looks kind of tempting here. I'm going to go for it. Screw castles long. We've got more ambitious plans. Castling's overrated anyway. I can castle kingside anytime. I dare you to castle queenside. Yeah, that's what I thought. So b5, a4 now. He wants to be flexible too. Nice. Nice. b5, a4, b4. And my a6 pawn falls. That's a problem. Nice move. Wow, very calm and collected play by white. Knight c2. Setting up a4. Well, that officially sucks. It's not a true hippo. Sad excuse for a London system for white. Where's your dark squared bishop? Didn't even have one, and you try to call it the London system. Ridiculous. Alright, so seriously, what are we doing here? Wow, a4 is a great move. I feel like I'm playing Kamsky. Man, what am I going to do? What a positional game by white. Now I don't even have a move. Why did I have to play this game? Are you serious? The ambulances are coming in full force. I have like 35 seconds left. It's just absurd. The whole stream was clear, and now there's like 10 ambulances at once while I'm 35 seconds left in my last game. They gotta reach their quota. No Berenson, maybe today. I actually have, it's possible I actually have like an hour free today. The first time. The ambulance just keep going and going. Like, where are they going? To like Slovakia or something? Conspiracies. Ah. Now it's time. It's time. It's perfect, actually. Knight a5, maybe? Man, that sound is just irritating. Finally, b5. Pawned it. It's like a pundit. This guy is so strong and fast. But I feel like he's changed stylistically in the not so distant past. He was gone for a long time. It seemed like a long time. Maybe when I was streaming in the US, I'm not sure. Like he couldn't play, or I definitely didn't see him or play him for a while. And then he came back. And somehow he seems more sharper, faster, and more aggressive. Bishops versus knights. How about trying to open this up? F4 was a mildly annoying move. Damn it. Not sure if it's a good move. Look at that move, knight d1. And the speed, he just increased the speed. Velocity is the word that I'm looking for. We're looking for velocity. Velociraptor chess. Absolute genius. It's like, dude, are you kidding me? How are you 2054? What? But I mean, his only mistake is like playing too fast. Actually. That's how he lost. I mean, literally playing too fast. He played a great game. When he played rook c1, I thought he was going to trade rooks and draw, but he's like trying to win with rook c1 here. After a really, really tense battle. The problem is the ending after rook d1. I don't know. That's probably what I would do, dude. There's a little bit of... I wasn't sure about your pawns being on dark squares, but... That was a tough game. I gotta go, guys. Please don't forget, never enter the endgame. No, but he just dropped a piece with rook d3. I actually missed it the first move. Didn't I? I did. Yeah, I had rook d3 for 2 moves. Alright, Abject Pawn, would you like to join the club? The Panda and Horses Club. I gotta go, guys. It was fun. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Whew, that was close. Hey, stop trying to beat him. He gets very grumpy when you guys beat him. Bye-bye.